Easing up my peeps, I'm Angrydel and this is the RALPHIE'S Revenge Showcase. In case you ain't googled it already, you may not be aware that Fortnite's Christmas cracker, the RALPHIE'S Revenge, is a hat tip to the Red Ryder BB gun featured in the 1983 seasonal classic, A Christmas Story. Young Ralphie wants to get his hands on the Red Ryder more than anything, but his mother's initial reaction is that it will shoot his eye out. Nice attention to detail, Epic. As a non-collection book gun, the perks are fixed, and on initial inspection, well, Ralphie's is looking like a serious underdog. But sometimes the underdog has a trick or two up its sleeve, and Ralphie's is no exception. Stats. So considering the base stats, it's not looking good for Ralphie. This is a bolt action sniper, which should mean very high single shot damage and range, a small magazine and a long reload. Thus the one shot, as the only other bolt action sniper, should be the most similar comparable. And to some extent it is, with the same crit rate and crit damage, magazine size and reload time. However, the range is down, but most notably, damage and impact are significantly lacking on the Ralphie's. It is unscoped, which gives it an advantage at close to mid-range, but it's still looking like a poor man's one shot. That lack of damage and impact, let's face it, make it a pointless alternative. Or is it? Well, there's a clue in the description. Modest damage, but a massive headshot bonus. The one shot as a bolt action has the highest headshot multiplier in the game, 2.5 times damage. So as a bolt action comparable, I was expecting the same thing. But guess what, fam? The careful sniper is in for a bit of a treat. But we'll get to that in a minute. Perks. The perks are fixed, so this is what you'll be presented with out of the box. And if I'm honest, although interesting, the perks look mediocre. Other than a 28% crit chance, which is always nice to see on any gun, damage is run of the mill and recoil seems somewhat irrelevant for a slow fire rate bolt action. However, as it's a sniper rifle, every shot should be a headshot, which means alongside the 10% flat damage perk, the well aimed sniper can expect an extra 20% on top. And at level 25, headshot kills cause the target to explode, meaning splash damage and thus potential to wave clear. But these perks still don't make up for the lack of damage, and having no elemental damage either, well, it just kinda sucks balls. But we haven't seen a headshot yet. Headshots. So, stats and base damage aside, Ralphie's real trick up his sleeve is something Fortnite has never seen before. A sniper with a headshot multiplier that puts it into a league of its own. Let me demonstrate. So base damage in this particular game is 548. Let me hit a husk to show you. So now let's land a headshot. As per the one shot, I'd be expecting 2.5 times the damage. But wait, what? Holy shiznits. Yep, that's right, Ralphie's isn't producing 2.5 the damage, he's laying down 6 times the base damage, and with a high crit rate of nearly 40% by level 20, we have a bit of a beast on our hands. The reality is, Ralphie's is OP AF. That's why the range is down, base damage is down, and there's no elemental damage or scope. Now admittedly, if you miss the headshot, you'll just be tickling that husk, and Ralphie's really does become a BB gun. But then why would you be aiming a sniper rifle with only 5 shots in the magazine anywhere other than a husk's head? The damage is insane, to the point that I am actually considering retiring my well perked and trusty one shot as my go-to sniper. Okay, the one shot will always be the best gun in Fortnite for super long range engagements, particularly when roaming, but in the heat of battle, while protecting your fort and fending off those pesky mist monsters, mid-range is generally all you need, and being unscoped makes it easier to initiate multiple targets quickly. I genuinely thought this was a joke gun, put in by the developers to challenge players who want to make life hard for themselves, but that's not the case. Epic have created a gun with potentially the highest single shot damage in the game. If we look at the level 1 Ralphie compared to a level 1 one shot, with the 6 times and 2.5 times multipliers in place, the one shot in this instance will do a very respectable 3,898 damage, but Ralphie's a whopping 4,722 damage. That's over 20% more. As far as sniper options go, Ralphie's is probably one of the best in Fortnite. You may pick up something with incredible perks, a one shot with 50% plus crit rate, or a super shredder with high base damage perks, or whatever it may be. But realistically, given the current pool of perks, you're highly unlikely to pick up a more powerful sniper option. Sniper rifles can be devastating in battles. Personally, I think their usefulness is underrated. In every battle, there is always a moment when that mist monster is just out of effective range of your assault rifle or hand cannon, and this is where Ralphie's will excel. A skillful player will be able to quickly switch to snipe, take out that long range threat, and revert back to the standard artillery at close range. If you've got a steady aim and no decent snipers in your existing artillery, start saving up some gold and level that shit up. So there we have it, guys. A wolf in sheep's clothing. As out of the box options go, the Ralphie's is a sniping force to be reckoned with. Assuming you'll be playing for headshots only, Ralphie's damage is ferocious, setting a new standard in the sniper class. Okay, he lacks range and a scope for those distant laser eyes, and the lack of elemental damage is an inconvenience, but given the raw damage and usefulness of Ralphie's, these weaknesses can be forgiven. If you've got the skill, steady aim and techers to quickly switch between weapons in combat, you won't be disappointed. Ralphie may be an underdog, but he's a winner. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, do a little dance around your gaming rig and subscribe for more BB popping action. And until next time, GG, well played and laters fam, laters.